Yeah, Congressman, look, nothing has been made public yet that shows us all of this. When and if it is, we will get back to you. We'd love to talk to you if you have the evidence to show. But at this point, we haven't seen, the public hasn't seen any of this hard evidence that has been brought up.
I don't know what you have $10 million coming from Burisma, a company. You know, they're accusing Biden of they accused Trump of doing what Biden actually did, $10 million of bribery. And they fired a guy. I mean, you can follow the money, ma'am. And these are FBI informants. These are FBI.
Right, but it has to be proven. There has to be some proof. You can't just say it happened. There has to be some proof, right?
Tell me. Well, what was the dossier on Trump? There wasn't really any proof. It was all hearsay. And now here you've got an FBI document, an official document showing that. So, you know, we can sit here and argue about it, and I get it. You've got your base, I've got mine, but I've seen.
I don't have a base. I'm a journalist. I don't have a base, Democrat or Republican.
I understand, ma'am. You work for CNN, but let's be honest. If you work for Fox, it'd be the right wing, and you all are the left wing. And I get it.
Not.
It's politics,
I'm not.
as usual, ma'am.
You don't know my politics, sir. You really don't know my politics.
Nobody believes that, ma'am. You can say that, and you can have your fingers crossed under.
But again, there has to be proof, sir. There has to be proof, both with my politics and with whether or not Joe Biden is involved in this. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you talking about UAPs and the issue with Hunter Biden. I appreciate you coming on, sir.
Let's be honest. If you work for Fox, it'd be the right wing, and you all are the left wing. And I get it.
We're not.
It's politics,
I'm not.
as usual, ma'am.
You don't know my politics, sir. You really don't know my
politics.
politics. You write, when the people fear the government, there is tyranny. When the government fears the people, there is liberty. Yes. Doesn't that show that you are celebrating terrorizing people? Yeah, there are some other things that Tim Scott has come out against, being the only Black American right now that is in the Senate as a Republican. He has opposed civil rights laws. He has made it more difficult and increasingly targeting diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. You know, so many women struggle with self-doubt. Do you? And if you do, how do you push past it?
You know, this is the 10th hospital that I have been. I'm sorry. This is the 10th. I apologize. I'm going to try to get through this. This is the 10th hospital that I have been in. And to see the way that these families have to live after this and the heartache that goes so far and so wide. It's really hard to take. I'm sorry, Allison.
Hey, Sarah, no apology. No apology needed. We've been watching your reporting on the ground throughout this horrific year. And we have all been struck by the grief, the collective grief that all of us are in. And to see these families who are soldiering through it, who are persevering, and who are having to have these funerals in parking lots like the ones that you showed us, it is just a collective trauma that all of us are living through. And Sarah, we all appreciate the heart that you bring to this every single day, as well as your excellent reporting.
Thanks. It's just not okay. It's not okay what we're doing to each other. These families should not be going through this. No family should be going through this. So please listen to what this family is saying. Don't let this be you. Do whatever you can to keep this from killing your family members and your neighbors and your friends and your teachers and doctors and firefighters. All of these people are here to help you, but you have to do your part.
Stone is one of the architects of the Stop the Steal rallying cry. But Tarrio does not buy into the lie that the election was stolen. 43 million students who are still paying those off, which can be the very young who have just gotten out of school, or those who, you know, doctors, lawyers who have these huge loans. They will have to start paying them back. And the COVID restrictions are also coming off as well. So the wheels are coming off for people who thought that maybe they'd have a break here. Over the weekend, Patriot Front, a white supremacy group that believes their ancestors conquered America and bequeathed it to them and no one else. Anderson?
You know, Sarah, if anybody knows anything about California, what they hear is that Governor Newsom did act pretty quickly in mid-March, shutting down the state. And in fact, mayors in some of the major cities were starting to shut down even before the state did. So the narrative was that California seemed to be doing everything right. So what happened here? What do you think caused this surge?
So we've talked to health experts, and they have basically said, look, if you look back to Memorial Day, people apparently just went hog wild. Not wearing the masks, they must have gotten together with one another, not self-distancing, because what they saw in the couple to 3 weeks after Memorial Day is this major surge. What did that make them do? They said, okay, on July 4th, we are going to have to close down some of the beaches in the highly affected areas. But in other areas like San Diego County, they saw people flocking to the beaches and not doing the social distancing. So they really think this is an issue of people just having fatigue and deciding that, you know what, we're fine. But a group of Proud Boys was there. The far-right group is known across the country for brawling with members of Antifa, a left-wing anti-fascist movement.
Let's be honest. If you work for Fox, it'd be the right wing, and you all are the left wing. And I get it.
We're not.
It's politics
I'm not.
as usual, man.
You don't know my
It's
politics,
yeah,
sir. You
nobody,
really don't know my
nobody
politics.
believes that.
Yes, we do.